Hello, today on my channel we are going to be taking a look at many of the attire and weapons in Bloodborne. Uh, just as a reminder, I don't have every single weapon and every single piece of attire in the entire game, so just bear with me here and we're gonna go through like a good chunk of them. And tell me in the comments about any weapons I'm missing, and if I do a follow-up video, I'll try and, get those and show those too. So the first thing we're going to be starting out with today is all of the weapons, which there are a lot of them, as I said, most of them. This is the Beast Claw, and basically you can swipe with it in its normal form, and in its transformed form, which you will see in a second here, your other arm turns into a wolf claw. Yeah, see that? And you can, do stuff like that. Swipe, swipe, It's a very basic but cool weapon. It's very enjoyable. I like it a lot. And this is the Hunter's Axe. The Hunter's Axe is one of the first weapons you can get in the game. You can do some basic slashes, you can make it a two-handed axe, do some spins, very, very cool stuff. Also, not to mention its rally potential, which is quite big since it does blunt damage. This is the Beast Hunter's Staff. It's sort of like the Saw Cleaver, but it's like slower, and, well, it's slower and it's like has a longer range, So, if you like the Saw Cleaver, you'll probably like it. This is the Thread Cane, another one you can get at the start of the game. It's a sword cane that turns into a whip, so, people like that. This is the Beast Cutter. Basically, it's a lot like the Threaded Cane, but basically, it does like a little overhead smash. It's, much more like bigger than the Threaded Cane. It's, This is the Burial Blade. Okay, whole deal about the Burial Blade is that you get it after you beat the game, and it turns into a big scythe. You get it after you beat the game, but you have to fight Gehrman. If you don't fight Gehrman, you don't get it. So, just a little warning. This is the Blade of Mercy. You can get this very early in the game. If you kill Elian, I think is her name, in Yharnam, you can get this very early, and you can grind for the money to get it. So, and obviously in its transformed version, it turns into two blades instead of one, which, cool stuff. That's the Church Pick. I don't really know much about it, so I'm not really going to get into it. This is the Kirk Hammer. The Kirk Hammer is, well, it's a sword that turns into a giant hammer. I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, it's a giant hammer. Yeah. That turns into a sword. And, has interesting lore and all that. This is Ludwig's Holy Blade. You get this after getting the, Radiant, sword badge. And PvP, guys out there, you've probably seen this a lot because a lot of people use this weapon. I mean, it's a two-handed sword. Who doesn't like that? This is the Holy Moonlight Sword. You get this after beating the first boss in the Old Hunters DLC, and yeah, it's sort of like the other games where it appears in, where it can shoot out beams of moonlight, and this costs 1 silver bullet, so arcane users, make sure to, think about using that if you're low on bullets and you want to use your arcane weapons. These are some of the weapons I can't use. Rimple Splash, whatever, turns into like a, thing, like a gun. This is the Stake Driver, which basically has an explosion, and it has like a little stab and a swipe. But also the Shikage is like a katana with blood tinge, It's not that interesting. This is the Boom Hammer. The Boom Hammer, it's alright, it just does overhead smashes, and if you transform it, it turns it into an explosion, sort of like tortedness later on, where it's sort of like a buff, but this is a one-time thing. This is the Whirl Giggling Saw, a very cool weapon. It starts out as a, simply one-handed club, but it turns obviously into a saw, and it has like very good range, really cool moves, because the back dodge, it has insane range, by the way, and it scales with strength. So you might want to use. This is the Tortness. This is, well, basically, it's a big ball, and you can electrify it, which is a buff you have to reapply. It's not like a usual transformation. This is the Amygdalin Arm. You get this in the Old Hunters DLC in some like random cave. And basically, it's like a club that transforms into like a very, very long club. Very long club. Okay. And that is all the weapons right now. I missed a few, like the saw cleaver. Yeah, I bet you guys already know what the saw cleaver does. But now we will be getting into the attire, which we're starting out with the hunter set with the top hat, and we're gonna get, into that. I bet you guys know what the mask looks like. Yeah, that's the hunter set. You get this very early in the game, so fun stuff. Yeah, that's the top hat again. Yeah, I don't really know why you would use the top hat over the mask, but, Next, we're going to be taking a look at the Yarnum Hunter set. Interesting lore. Basically, Gurman, I think, basically hired Yarnites who weren't hunters, basically to become hunters. They didn't have the rune, but they still became hunters. Interesting lore. Now, this is the Ashen set, which whole thing about it is that it gives you very good beasthood, so I would recommend you use this set with the beast claw, because that's gonna give you a lot of beasthood potential, because the beast claw in its transformed version can give you beasthood, and it's obviously supposed to be like covered in ash, and so it's gray. You get the idea. The next set is this is some of the old hunter gear. I don't have like the full set, so I'm using the decorated old hunter gear instead of the normal ones. And this is just the basic set right here, but with the decorated versions here and there. And I'm gonna wear it with the old hunter top hat, which is comically oversized, just like that one dude's spoon. And next, we're looking at the church hunter set. And this is the black church hunter set, so it's black, and there's a white one later on, and they both use the same arm section, which is the surgical long gloves. They both use the same version, and once you get kidnapped by those creatures after that one part of the game with big bags, you can go down into the basement and recruit a nun with the set on. This is the Henrik's Hunter Garb. This was from Henrik the Old Hunter. You can buy it at the Insight Shop after killing him in Elian's questline. So if you want, this is the Crow Feather Garb, which you can get by killing Elian or helping her out in her quest. Obviously, killing her is faster, but if you want to get both Henrik's and Crow Feather, you're gonna have to do the questline. So, the next is... Let me just wait here and see what I'm doing. Yeah, this is the Gurman's Hunter set. Basically, what this is all about is after you beat the game, you get his set, but you have to beat him, just like the Burial Blade. You can buy it at the Insight Shop. There's not much to say. Okay, now we're going to try on some of the other attire. First, we're trying out the Knights set from Canehurst Castle, which, if you didn't know, you can find it, like, out the window of the library if you go upstairs. We're the same place where we find the Executioner's Glove, Next, we're doing the Yargal, I don't know how to pronounce that, Yargal set, and as you'll see here in a moment, is that the black hooded set, it's just the iron helmet, but with the hood on it, and the iron helm still goes with the set. You know, there's no, like, other armor for the iron helm. It just goes with the, you know, black Yargel clothing already. It's, like, already there. Yeah, this is the Canehurst Castle armor, which you get this after you pledge allegiance, to the Vile Bloods, you know, through the Queen. Basically, you're sort of knighted in a way, and you get the badge that allows you to buy all of the cool stuff from Canehurst, like this armor set, for example. And, you know, the Shikage and the Elven, you know, all that cool stuff. Next is Gascoigne's Garb, which I'm pretty sure many of you are familiar with Gascoigne. He is the second boss that you will probably face in the game, down the aqueducts. And after you beat him, you can buy this with Insight in the Insight shop. Yeah, just transforming there, you know, sort of like humans. Alright, next is the Bone, like the Bone Ash set. The whole thing about this set is that, one, it's very goofy looking with the big witch hat and the Bone Ash mask there. It's kind of goofy looking, but you have to get this from the Chalice Dungeons by defeating the Watcher of the Old Lords, and you can buy it in the Insight shop. Oh yes, this is the Mensis Cage, which I believe goes with the Graveyard set, but I could be wrong, and please correct me if I am. But yeah, it's sort of like the Malakesh, you know, host of the Nightmare Mensis Cage. This is the enlarged head from the DLC, Old Hunters, yeah, you know it, and I'm pairing it with a noble dress because that's sort of what it goes with. Not really, you know, all that technical stuff. Yeah, it's just an enlarged head. It doesn't really go with any any other clothing item. Now we're gonna be trying out the doll set. And you find this in the Old Hunter's Workshop, which is basically this,
welcome. What is,
you know, place down in this
hunters have told about, but
like,
I
big
am
tower.
Of course, I do
just look it up on the wiki if you want to know where to find it. You know, I don't really have time. This is the Yarnum clothes, just normal Yarmanite clothes, and since I don't have the pants, and I don't think there is like a pants, I think there might be in like a loading screen, but I don't know where to find the pants, so I'm just gonna wear them with the student leggings, which, yeah, looks pretty nice. And now we're gonna go to the student set, which don't really have gloves, but you know, whatever, it's a big deal. And it's gonna take me a while to find it because I took all of my stuff out of my box, my storage, before I did this, so I have to search through, try and find all the stuff. Yeah, I think that hat is more supposed to go with the choir set, which you'll see in a minute, but you know, I think it still goes with the whole student thing. I don't really think there's like a graduation cap, you know, like you find on students in the second lecture hall building, you know, the second floor of the lecture hall. This is the choir outfit, and I think this is what the blindfolded cap is supposed to go with, but I could be wrong about that, so lore buffs, do your thing. This is the Tomb Prospector set, and the Tomb Prospectors, obviously, well, they prospected tombs, you know, they mined them for all sorts of goodies, and this is the stuff they wore, and you can, I believe you can buy this after getting like one of the certain badges or a certain boss. I can't really put my finger on it at the moment. Yeah. And next, we are going to be looking at the foreign outfit, which many of you should be familiar with this if you've played the game. You know, just played it, because it's the set you start out with when you know, go under a blood transfusion at the beginning of the game. Never wear this set unless it's the only thing you have. It's not a good set. you know, it's just a starting set. You're basically naked. There's basically no defense. You know, don't wear it like a serious serious thing. This is the white church set, and it's just like the black church set, but white. Really not much to say about it. I mean, it's just black. It's black, but white. There's no other way to really describe it. Now we're doing the Charred Hunter set, which the Charred Hunter garb doesn't really have any like Charred Hunter trousers or arms or anything that really goes along with it. So my whole thing is that you just sort of wear it with the normal Hunter set, which yeah, I think it really goes along with good. Yeah, I mean, it's just a Hunter garb, but it was set on fire, so yeah. Next we are looking at yeah, this is the Executioner's garb, which I don't have the helmet yet, but the helmet, it's like a pyramid looking thing. It looks like a pyramid, which is pretty sweet looking. So yeah, I'll be on the lookout for that next time you see the Executioner. And with the Executioner garb, this is the attire section coming to an end. So now we're starting the arcane section of the video, which by the way, I don't have any of the DLC arcane, so this is all just going to be base game arcane, or the Hunter tools. You know, this is just me trying to get all my inventory scruffled together. And by the way, there's a lot of arcane tools, so you actually can't have them all equipped at the same time. This is the Tiny Tortoise. People who don't know what it does, you're gonna like it a lot. Basically what it does is it shoots out some beams of lightning. Pretty cool. The next on our list is, I believe, the Beast Roar, which basically you let out a huge roar, and yeah, it can deflect bullets. Executioner's glove spins out these like spirits, and they track targets, and you know, they're pretty nice. And there's the choir bell, which heals you, and in fact, if you're working with people, it heals them too. The messenger's gift is a lot like the white branch from Dark Souls, and it, you know, basically turns you into something else. It turns you into some messengers trying to deliver a message, but not really. Yeah, and in this next part, I'm gonna go grab some bullets to show you a call beyond, because if you didn't know, well, I bet a lot of you know, if you're interested in Bloodborne, is that arcane tools, they require Quicksilver bullets to use, so Quicksilver bullet management is very important in arcane builds. That's what a call beyond does, and I hit the doll there, but that's okay. Basically makes a huge explosion of like seeking things. Next, we're going to look at the Old Hunter Bone, which allows you to use the Art of Quickening to basically dash all over the place, but it makes your dash sort of like invisible, you know, so it makes you more unpredictable in a PvP situation. And this is the Augur. It's basically a magical slug, and it lets you shoot out tentacles. And well, this has been my collection of items. So that's all my items that I have right now in Bloodborne. So if you want to see like a follow-up video, please subscribe and comment what I'm missing.